Welcome back to EPINNA'S Whole Body Restorations. And I am Wisdom Hunter and greetings everyone. Today I want to talk about something many people fear, but few people truly understand. And the topic is being alone. Somewhere, somehow, some way, along the way, many of us were taught that being alone meant that something was wrong, or we're in this independent mode. And that independent mode, I'm going to go further into that. But we are taught that if we are not in a relationship, if we are not surrounded by people or constantly busy, then somehow our lives, we're incomplete. We're not whole. And I can, from experience, uh, I've had where family members, friends, say sometime or another, you need somebody in your life. You need to be with somebody, and I'm like, but I'm okay. I'm good, or they'll try to introduce you to someone, or why don't you go online and go on some of the apps? And I'm like, no, I'm good, because I like meeting people face to face. I don't think I'll be good with the online thing, to be honest. And it's dangerous out there, you know. It's a lot of dangers out there, especially online. So we have to be very, very careful when it comes to things like that. I, I tried it once. I did, and I just want to talk about this before I go further into the topic. Well, this is part of the topic actually. I tried it once, and I guess, paranoid person. I call it careful person. They say I'm paranoid. I've been called a lot of things, conspiracy theories, a whole lot of things. But I got an app been verified where you can verify people. So I'm gonna, figure out not just your screen name, your what they call today government name, where you're from, and somehow, somewhere, I'm gonna get your birthday out of you. Venturing into a dating app or something, and I went on been verified, and I researched, and when it came about, the guy had what they call a rap sheet. And I don't mean a hip hop song. I mean a rap sheet for real. And it was like uh, attempted murder due to strangulation. And I was like, what? But if I wasn't conscious enough to download this app, because he was saying that he wanted to relocate to where I was to look for work and all of this, that was his intentions, and just all of this. And this was like communicating not within a week's time. And I was like, wow, something's not right about this one. And when I did that and I found that and I called him out on it, he was like, well, how did you get that information? And I was like, it's online. That's public information, sir. And he was shocked. And I had to go into the block routine. You know what I'm saying? And start blocking out everything. Blocking off of all uh, ways of contact. I'm sorry. But yeah. So we have to stop thinking that because a person is alone, that they're lonely. Those are two different aspects, you know. Um, because being alone and being lonely, they are not the same thing. Loneliness is like, it's not, lonely is not the absence of people. Sometimes you can be surrounded by people and you can still feel lonely. And sometimes you can sit quietly by yourself and experience the deepest peace that you ever would come across. So there have been seasons in my own life, which is, I'm in that season now, till where solitude is literally has become my teacher. It's a season where I learned who I am. It's a season where I learned what truly mattered. It's a season where I discovered that peace is far more um, valuable than constant companionship, and especially if it's not leading anywhere. Because everybody has a difference of opinion when it comes to companionships and relationships and things of that nature. Being alone, it can actually be a gift. It can be a season of healing. It can be a season of reflection, a season of growth. It can be a season where Yah speaks, restores, connects with us, you know, um, and prepares us for what's going to come next. So the question is not, am I alone? The question is, what am I doing within this season? Am I growing? Am I healing? Am I learning? Am I becoming? Because solitude can either become a prison or it can become a classroom. And often the difference is what you choose to do with it, to be honest. And for instance, I say a lot of times, you can be going on about your business and people can plant little seeds within your thoughts that you probably wasn't even thinking of, and especially on this topic. Because let's say someone, like, when they can't, when people was telling me, well, oh, you're single, you need someone, you need this, you need that. And I started thinking, well, maybe I do, questioning my own solitude. Well, maybe I do need to be with somebody. Well, maybe I should get into a relationship when I was doing just fine in my own peace, in my own space. It's a time where we can truly grow within ourselves. You have time to reflect when you're alone. You have a peaceful state of calmness. And it's an intentional choice, a choice that brings purpose and direction. It's healing, where you can heal, mend, restore, recharge, purposefully, focus, becoming your best self. But when you're lonely, what is it? You can be disconnected feeling far from others and from connection, unseen, feeling unnoticed, unimportant, isolated, a sense of being separated even in a crowd, emotionally empty, a feeling of deep emptiness inside. So there is a difference. You're wanting the need to be in the company of others, but yet even in that company of others, you're still feeling withdrawn and lonely. So, sometimes we can be do a little bit more investigation and see what that person is doing within their realm. If they're happy, you know, if they're pursuing everything that they want to pursue within that time frame. Because solitude, it can become a class where, because being alone, I don't have to connect to all the extra emotions that is attached with a relationship, because I want to focus on building myself. And if a relationship is not serious and it's going somewhere, because in my thoughts and in spiritually thinking, when two people come together, they build. We're building each other up. There's respect, but I'm not going to feel that I need to be in a relationship to feel that that makes me a woman. Or, anyone shouldn't be in a relationship that say, okay, well, that this proves I'm a man. I have a woman on my arm. You know what I'm saying? No. When you come together, you're coming together as one. So you become a union. You're coming into unity, but appreciate that time when you are alone, because you have that healing space, that a time to release, forgive, restore your heart within yourself. And that's what a lot of us take for granted. We take for granted that precious time, because time is something that you can't get back, no matter how hard you try. Because, when I do get in a relationship, I don't want to be in a relationship broken. So I want to take advantage of that time to heal myself from any past trauma, if there was any. I want to be able to build myself up a time, it's a time to grow. Being alone, you can do so many things. You can start a side hustle, a business, write a book, anything that you set your mind to, because you're given that space and time to do this. And that's the awesome part about it. And, uh, you know, to prepare a season for where you can prepare for what's coming for you next. So, solitude is not a punishment, it can be just preparation, prepping for that next season, so you can go into that with with lights on, eyes open, and continue to build and grow. You know, and especially when you're getting older. You know what I'm saying? You're not in that young stage where you can firstly get married and have kids and all of this. But when you've been in past relationships, love that time that we have to ourselves. Because if you feel those empty voids, if you feel that those voids of emptiness, it won't be there. Because there's so many things that you can do. And you don't have to go out. I mean, it's not about going out, clubbing, partying, running the streets. I mean, anything, if that's your choice, that's what you do, that's what season you in, okay, that's fun and dandy. You know what I'm saying? But for personal healing, take advantage of it. We really have to. Because, like I say, time waits on no one. You know. So the real question isn't, why am I alone? But let's make it, what am I doing within this season? Am I going to take this season to grow, to be who I'm called to be? Am I going to take this season to heal, to take care of my heart, my mind, my spirit? Am I going to take it to learn, to gain wisdom, knowledge, and new perspectives? Step into the purpose of clarity. These are the questions, you know, that we should be asking ourselves. And I just wanted to share that. And if it's not for you, share it with a friend, a neighbor, a family member, sister, brother, where these words of wisdom may can help in some way or another. Because solitude can either become a prison or it can become a classroom. I want to thank everyone for listening. um, to these words. I want to also let you know our next topic would be, what is an elder? And I've spoke on that in a past video because this is building our community back and respecting our different seasons that we approach within this lifetime, and the things that we leave behind, you know, in purpose in life. Because, like I say, time waits on no one, and time, you can't buy back time. It's just not going to happen. Once it's gone, it's gone. And I just thank the Most High that my mom taught me that at an early age. Don't wait for tomorrow, except today. Those words of wisdom coming from an elder. That's one of the things she left behind to me. So until next time, peace be unto you. Shalom, and thank you for joining EPINNA'S Whole Body Restoration, where we're here for purpose, wisdom, knowledge, leaving legacy. Until next time.